Kayjii is a top 500 Grandmaster 1 support main, previously known for his Ana, but now specializes in Kiriko with over 100 hours on her over the past month she's been out. He's been both assassinating and juking enemies, and will be the first guest on the One Tip for Every Hero series for Overwatch 2. Let's begin.
Poke Diva down at range, but if she decides to dive you, it's safer to just TP out rather than risk challenging her because your Suzu may get eaten by defense matrix. You can also dodge her bomb with a well-timed swift step if you don't have Suzu available. For Doomfist, you can wall climb and dodge both his rocket punch and seismic slam. If your teammates get punched into a wall, Doomfist still needs a few shots to finish the kill, so you have enough time to TP and Suzu to free them. If you see Doomfist charging his punch and you're not near a wall, you can Suzu yourself and your team, thus making him fly straight through all of you. Kiriko is a must pick against Junkrat Queen because your protection Suzu cleanses both her bleed and anti-healing effect from her ultimate. You don't necessarily need to Suzu yourself because Swift Step Teleport acts as a cleanse itself to remove the bleed and anti-effect. When facing Orisa, use your Swift Step to get out of her ultimate. If you're going to use Protection Suzu, it's all about timing, and it takes Orisa 2.5 seconds to ramp up to 150 damage. Then it ramps up really quickly to 500 over the next 1.5 seconds. Most Orisas never hold for the full 4 seconds because people can escape it by then. So that means you want to Suzu right around the 2.5 second mark because the invulnerability period should last long enough, and remove the 30% slow for a high chance of walking out of it altogether. If Reinhardt is attempting to charge you, you can either wall climb or swift step to safety, leaving him potentially out of position. If you know that Reinhardt has Shatter, you can throw your Suzu down on the ground right as he hits Shatter to reverse the effect on your teammate and yourself included. It's really easy to time if you anticipate it. I got it, don't worry. Roadhog is one of the easiest tanks to farm kunai headshots on to pressure him and build your Kitsune rush quickly. Whenever he hooks a teammate, you can Suzu them to prevent the one-shot and push the Roadhog a little bit away. Against Sigma, you cannot pre-Suzu yourself from getting picked up by Flux, so you want to swift step out of it if you can. If you're caught and get lifted up, you have 3 options. 1. Splash Suzu on a nearby wall before getting slammed. 2. Splash Suzu on a teammate before getting slammed. And 3. The hardest and last resort option, time a Suzu into the ground below you as you're coming down to have it splash. If Winston jumps on you, you can fight him with a few kunais before swift stepping out of his range. If you don't have swift step, you can wall climb out of range for a bit to stall for the cooldown to come up. If he jumps one of your teammates, your Ofudas out-heal his Tesla cannon, but you need to scream at your teammate to get out of their bubble first. The best course of action against Ball is to actually ignore him and focus on other players because you can't headshot him while he's rolling around. It's much better value that way. If he's about to pile drive you, swift step out or Suzu yourself just before it.
Speaking of Ball, if you're looking to Protection Suzu your balls this holiday, look no further than Manscaped and their Performance Package 4.0. Inside, you'll find the one-stop shop for men's grooming and hygiene, like the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, and the Shears 2.0. This also comes with 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag, so it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Go to manscaped.com and use code KarQ for 20% off and free shipping. Thanks Manscaped for sponsoring this video, and moving on to the Zarya tips.
Against Zarya, stay out of her range at all costs. When she grabs, don't use your Suzu instantly. You want to wait a little bit and then use it for the 50 HP heal plus immortality. This is a small min-max method to increase your chances of survivability because sometimes your own Zarya bubbles someone in their grab and you don't want to stack the abilities. For Ashe, you can easily burst down Bob with her kunai headshots. You can also Suzu your team or swift step to cleanse the dynamite for yourself. Protection Suzu is your best friend against Bastion. If he's in turret form and your team is out in the open, Suzu your team to buy time for them to get in cover. Suzu will also protect you from his sticky grenade and his artillery strikes. Against Cassidy, you have to listen for his grenade and Suzu the teammate that gets stuck. The swift step also drops the grenade if you get stuck yourself. Echo is really hard to deal with since it's hard to headshot with your kunais while she's flying around. If there's no one else to shoot, you can try, but it's generally better value to headshot and pressure the other 200 HP heroes that are around the ground. Try to Suzu her sticky bombs or the focusing beam while she flies down and try to headshot her during that small window. You can stall Genji's blade as much as possible by using Suzu first, then swift step out if you're his target. You can actually outrun him if he messed up his first dash because Genji only gains 30% move speed while blading, while your ult gives you 50% movement speed. Generally, you don't want to challenge a Hanzo at range for too long, but you can try wall climbing a bit to make it harder for him to headshot you. Other than that, just Suzu his Dragon Strike if anyone is caught. Junkrats usually use their one-shot combo as soon as they trap a target, so make sure to Suzu as soon as the target is trapped, that includes yourself. When Junkrat ults, be aware of where his tire is going, then try to time the Suzu to save your team.
Holy shit, you're insane.
You can wall climb Mei's wall to heal or Suzu a teammate behind it. This way you can save your swift step ability. Save your Suzu for Mei's ult, not only will it negate the slow plus freeze effect, but also the damage. Since Pharah is stationary during her ultimate, you can Suzu yourself and your teammates and line up easy back-to-back headshots. Outside of that, I generally don't focus flying heroes because it's too inconsistent to land headshots, and instead focus on generating better value for my team by focusing other enemies on the ground or healing my hitscan teammates. If Reaper jumps you, Suzu the ground between you and him to slightly boop him back. He relies on being very close, so any distance you can create only works in your favor. You can try fighting back with 2 or 3 kunais, but if you whiff, you need to teleport out or else he will kill you. Sometimes Sojourns will use their AoE slow at the choke to isolate players, so you can Suzu and help your team walk past it to stick together. Other than that, don't peek her when she's using overclock or holding high charge on her rail, and use your swift step to get behind cover or Suzu to buy some time. You can swift step to safety towards a teammate if you are exposed to soldier during tactical visor. If he keeps chasing you, you can use your Suzu on yourself and the teammate you teleport to give yourselves a fighting chance. As a fun little tip, if a soldier rocket jumps to your high ground, you can use your Suzu to boop them back down. It's important to remember that Suzu can cleanse a hacked teammate and to pay attention to your other support, since they'll likely be Sombra's target. If you use your Suzu right before EMP, it negates both the hack effect and the damage. Symmetra players usually try to TP bomb with their sentries. I keep an eye out for that and then swift step plus Suzu the person she's targeting to save them. Torb's ultimate is very strong against Kitsune Rush if it's just a straight line on the ground. So you want to position your fox around a natural cover and objects to reduce the chance of his Cheeto cream to landing on it. When dueling a Tracer, you can one-shot her if she's close enough by throwing a kunai and punching afterwards for 120 plus 30 damage. And of course, don't forget to protect Suzu anyone who gets stuck by Pulse Bomb. If you know the enemy team has a Widowmaker, you can try to anticipate where she'll position and wait for her there for the assassination attempt. Your kunai has no damage fall off, so use it and try to scare a Widow away from a position she thought was safe. Forcing her to reposition is enough. Kiriko's kit can counter all of Ana's utility. You can pre-Suzu yourself right before Ana attempts to sleep dart you, and if you time it right, it will wake you up right after you get slept. Obviously Suzu will wake up sleeping teammates and cleanse the anti-effect, but don't forget that Swift Step can also cleanse anti for yourself. Instead of playing like a pussy against Bab's ult, you can try using Kitsune Rush. Suzu your team and tell everyone to press W past it as long as it's not too far away. Brig is all about getting up close, so play at range, utilize your wall climb to consistently stay away from Brigitte's reach by repositioning to heal and poke from a safe distance. When facing another Kiriko in a 1v1, make sure to utilize AD strafing and head level crosshair positioning. Use Suzu on yourself after getting hit by 2 body shots or 1 headshot to heal yourself, and while you're immortal you can either choose to swift step or continue the fight. If Lucio tries to boop you off the map, climb back up or TP to someone to safety. Other than that, he's hard to consistently hit if his movement is good, so focus on other targets or healing your team unless he's getting in your face to challenge you. The best time to headshot Mercy is during her super jump, since she'll move up vertically. Make sure to not use Suzu on her when she's rezzing, because the knockback isn't strong enough to push her out of range. Moira is really annoying to deal with, and if she's flanking you and you're in an isolated 1v1, just stop moving and try to 2 or 3 tap her. If you try strafing, you're just making it harder for yourself to land back-to-back headshots, because it's not like Moira is going to miss her orb and suck, since it doesn't require any precision aiming. Against Zen, you can play like an assassin and play sneaky in the enemy backline. Go for the kill, and if the enemy team starts peeling or you take some damage, TP out to safety. Just ensure you're always within range of a teammate to swift step out when doing this. Additionally, it's important to know that both Suzu and your swift step can remove Discord orb.
Thank you so much, Kayjii, for joining us on the channel. Lots of tips and tricks. If you guys subscribe, make sure to click that, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for having me, KarQ. If you guys want to learn more about Kiriko, I stream daily at twitch.tv/KG.